CDD meeting that we decided to read.
We have this is actually a new meeting. It's singularly noticed, but it's a continued hearing that we'll address during the regularly scheduled meeting.
So this is a Point Santa West CDD meeting, and the only thing I'd like to ask people is to please silence your cell phones for this meeting. Call to order and roll call. Bill Brown?
Here.
Sid Rosenberg?
Here.
Len Ventos here. Charlie Case is absent. Do we have any audience comments pertaining to the Point Santa West agenda? If not, the next item is organizational matters and the oath of office for newly elected supervisors. Gary?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. You and Charlie ran unopposed from your seats back when we qualified in June, which means you were elected to the position to hold the supervisors. The swearing in of supervisors pursuant to general election laws cannot happen sooner than 2 weeks after the general election, such that today would be the appropriate time to swear you in. And I'll do that with Charlie when he returns, but then for this meeting I'll do that now. I'm a notary of the state of Florida, and as such I can administer oaths. There's going to be 2 oaths. One of them is the general election law Secretary of State form, and then the district also has its own form because there's certain nuances in Chapter 190 that make our oath for CDD supervisors just a little bit different than what the Secretary of State has. So with that, let us please raise your right hand and swear or affirm that you will support, protect, and defend the Constitution and government of the United States and of the state of Florida, that you are duly qualified to hold office under the Constitution of the state, and that you well and faithfully will perform the duties of supervisor of the Point Santa West Community Development District. Do you so swear or affirm?
Yes, I do.
Okay, then the other one that I need to administer to you. As soon as I get it here. Again, raising your right hand and swearing or affirming that you are a citizen of the state of Florida and of the United States of America and being employed by or an officer of the Point Santa West Community Development District and a recipient of public funds as such employee or officer, that you will support the Constitution of the United States and of the state of Florida. Do you so swear or affirm?
Yes, I do.
Now, let me ask you a question on this form. Did you get that did you get this when you went down and qualified, or did the Secretary of State already send this to you?
I haven't received anything recently. No, I haven't received anything.
Okay, so let me ask you that. You need to sign here, and then put this up here, this is part of it, and then this is the other rules that I did, you know, fill that as a sign.
So I'll do that now.
During the meeting,
Okay, next item is the discussion of public records laws and sunshine law. I assume that's you, Gary?
or probably Lindsay.
Okay, Lindsay.
It could be quick, because you have been serving
Yes.
this capacity
Yes.
for a while.
I will be-
You're familiar with all of that.
I will be very brief. As an elected public official, as I'm sure you're aware, you are subject to both the public records laws and the sunshine law. The public records law being that all materials of the district are public records, so make sure to keep copies of anything that's not sent to you by district staff in the event of a public record request. And also keep in mind the sunshine law, which prohibits you from having contact with other supervisors on your board on items which may come before the board. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me or Mike Eckert.
Okay, thank you. Next item is consideration of resolution 2017-04, electing officers of the district.
Yeah, and Mr. Vice Chairman, I think that we had said since Mr. Case isn't here that perhaps we would just do this by motion today, and then we will take up this resolution whenever he gets back and finalize that.
I move to postpone this to the next meeting.
We probably still need to do a motion to elect perhaps a chairman for this meeting for signatory purposes, because we'll have documents that need to be signed after the meeting. And then whenever Charlie comes back, we can actually bring back this resolution and have it finalized for the rest of the term. Does that make sense?
Can we still do, just if we want to keep things the same?
I would opt just to do a motion right now, and then we'll bring back a formal resolution at the next meeting.
I move to appoint Len Vesno chairman.
Sure, we can do that for just this meeting, and then we'll have the resolution on the agenda at the next meeting where we'll decide for the remainder of the supervisor's term.
That's all in favor?
Oh, I'm sorry. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? No. Yes. Approval of minutes, September 21st. Approval of minutes, September 21st.
I move to approve the meeting.
Do we have a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, matters relating to refinancing. Presentation of terms of bond sale by MBS.
I think Rhonda's going to discuss this in a little bit more detail, but I can just preface this by saying, obviously, the markets after the election are still a little bit volatile at this time. So Rhonda will give an overview, but what we'll be looking to do today, as we've done at prior meetings, is to actually open the continued public hearing and move to continue that public hearing to our next December meeting, which we'll need to make sure we have a finalized date and time for that. But I'll let Rhonda provide kind of an overview of where we are in terms of that effort first.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm Rhonda Mossy with NBS Capital Markets.
Please speak into the microphone.
Kathy, pick it out of there.
Unfortunately, the microphones are not working. I'm trying to figure it out.
Oh, okay.
That one's not.
There's only one that's working, and I'm trying to figure it out.
Which one?
Yours. Yours is working.
Can I have her use this one?
As I say, yeah.
Thanks.
Well-
I don't know, Tony. It may not reach.
I'm singing a song.
Yeah, see? Can't figure it out. I don't know why one is and then the other
I
is.
don't think we don't have enough extensions. Oh, there you go. There you go. Perfect.
Thank you. Okay, I'm Rhonda Mossy with NBS Capital Markets. And I just handed out to you a little visual chart showing the movement in the rates for the 30-year MMD since the election. And you can see as of September 28th, prior to the election, we were at a low of 2.27 on the MMD. And as of Monday, it was up to 3.1. It's almost 100 basis points higher than it was prior to the election. And it's gone up 3 to 5 basis points a day since then. It's not coming back down recently. So that puts us in a little bit of a pickle in that at your October meeting, we approved a delegated award resolution setting forth certain terms that we would need to follow to price the bonds. One of those terms was 10% savings. The other one was savings not less than $100, and par amount of bonds not to exceed $14,200,000. When I ran the numbers on Monday before coming down here, we were okay with the par amount, 14.2. The savings that were not to be less than $100 were down around $65 as of Monday, probably closer to $60 today. And the net present value savings were targeting 10% minimum, which is around 5.73% today. So one of the things that we discussed with staff earlier this week on a call was perhaps amending the delegated award resolution if the board would be interested in considering different terms. There's still savings to be had, but they're not the savings,
We
they're not
can't
the
hear you.
savings that you had anticipated 2 months ago.
Rhonda, you can hold it closer.
Very close. Almost
Okay.
keep it down.
Based upon that, we're
Perfect.
proposing to bring back to you at the December meeting, because it needs to be part of the agenda package, the consideration of an amended delegated award resolution. You might think about the terms that you'd be willing to enter into the pricing and the sale of the bonds if you were interested in doing them for less than the terms that you approved back in October. I have an updated calendar as well, a proposed calendar for an earlier meeting in December than your currently scheduled regular meeting, and then how that calendar we would proceed under that calendar if we were to be able to enter the market and meet the new terms.
I think the calendar shows us the 16th.
This one says the 13th, and I think the regular meeting was the 21st.
16th. I don't know, the 16th won't work.
Is the 13th? And this is flexible, this is just a basis to start.
Maybe that's why we
Yeah, we do have this one.
16th, I'm not available, we'll have a quorum.
Okay, under this calendar, we would have a special meeting on the 13th, which is a Tuesday, to approve a new delegated award resolution and terms.
The 13th, I will be available.
If it's the only time we have, if it's,
Other than earlier than that,
They need to-
if
they
you
need to
prior
come
to
up.
next week.
That's a little too early.
We're gonna have time to have, 13th.
I mean, if that's the only day we do it,
That's what we did.
then I'll have to change
That day
whatever.
work for you too, we can try to schedule all the meetings that day. 13th,
It's a Tuesday.
and Lita as well.
Sherry, you good with the rules? Sherry?
Lita, are you available on the 13th? We're talking about changing the meeting dates for the boards in December.
December on the 15th.
Yeah, are you available on the 13th?
I have to check my calendar. Let me check.
Of course.
Close stuff, right?
We won't do that to you.
Or when do you want to?
13th, I'm available.
You are available,
I
okay.
can't really do
So it sounds like the 13th works. We still don't know if we have a quorum for Poinciana, but at least Poinciana West this week. We'll try to schedule whenever Skip gets here. We'll,
The main thing is whether or not the room is available.
yeah.
And it's a busy time.
Sherry.
There is nothing available in December.
So that's the
If
fact.
we're really,
Is there another room that's available just to have a quick meeting for Poinciana West to adopt?
Yes, small meeting.
okay, what day were you looking at?
Tuesday the 13th.
Okay, give me a second to go online and pull that up.
Well, can we have her check and then go on with the agenda?
Yeah, we can do the rest of the agenda. We can defer the public hearing portion too, and whenever we nail down that time, at the very end, we'll open the public hearing and do all that and settle on an exact date.
Can I just ask a question on what you just mentioned? To reconsider the parameters, what would we even consider that would make it worthwhile? Because I'm assuming there are fees involved with refinancing, right? We'll have fees that are connected with refinancing the bond.
Right, the fees are all rolled into the refinance.
So right now, we're dealing with a savings of about $65 a year per resident.
Right.
we wouldn't know approximately how much of that would end up being eaten up by the fees.
No, that includes
That
all
includes the
fees.
fees.
It's all over.
Yeah, and that's your underwriter's role as well, is to let you know at what point it doesn't become a viable option anymore.
Okay, so we will get that information before we make a decision.
And I'm not asking you to set your parameters today, but we're hoping the market is going to settle down over the next couple of weeks, and when we come back to you on the 13th, we'll have a better feel of where the market will be when we price the following that meeting.
My concern is that if we do the refinancing, let's say we go with today's terms, just talking, say, it's about $60 a year. Over the next 2 to 3 years, there could very well be a change in the market rates that would kind of make it pretty much that we made a pretty bad decision to only save $60.
I wouldn't say that. I
No,
mean,
it just doesn't seem to me enough of a savings to go through all of that process. But let's get the information from you.
Okay.
Ron, a lot of this is the volatility of the election. We do have, everybody's saying that the bond rates will go up, right? The interest rates will go. There is a,
the interest rates
it's always when.
are up.
So.
Because they were the lowest that they've been.
I know, but do you think a lot of the volatility will, I know you don't have a crystal ball, but do you think you have a lot of the volatility will go away and then we'll just be at the mercy of the Fed with their basis?
We're hoping that a lot of the, anticipation
Slack.
of what the new president is going to bring to the table is going to settle down. Right now, we have the big funds that we sell all the bonds to are not buying bonds, they're selling bonds. So that's the problem with the interest rates going up. There's the people that are invested in those funds, those are their retirement funds, and the people who invest in taxes and bonds don't feel like they're getting the return that they should be, so they're selling off their funds and funds. And the funds are having to sell off the securities to come up with cash to pay off their customers. So once everything starts to settle down, we'll get a better handle, and hopefully they'll pull back the rates a little bit. But right now, they just keep going up a couple of bucks a day.
It really went up after the election.
It did.
Ooh.
I got a question.
Yes, sir.
It's on.
It's on. Talk right into it.
Okay?
Perfect.
All right. I, as myself and a lot of my neighbors, if it's gonna be $60, $65, and you're gonna have to wait 4 years, spread this out over 4 years to get your money, or to break even, I don't think the people will go for it. That's my feeling, putting it straight on the line, talking to my people. To drop down from 150 down to 65, I don't think anybody's gonna wanna do that.
So just to clarify, you're going to see the first savings in November 2017 on your tax bill. So it's going to be less than a year that you wait to start seeing savings. It'll be on the next tax bill,
It'll be on the next
assuming
tax
it
bill.
closes within
And
this
it
year.
won't be recovery over 4 or 5 years. I don't know
Into the
how
mic.
you're calculating that, but whatever we sell it at, $60 savings per year, you're gonna get that on your next tax bill.
Use the microphone, please.
They're not working.
And so, this would be immediate on your next tax bill. It was never at $150 savings per year. The parameter that we set was $100, and it's gone down since then.
Was it 94 or so?
But we set the parameter at 100.
I would table this.
Yeah,
We're
we're not doing anything today. We're going to finish up the rest of our agenda, then we're going to come back and continue the public hearing, but we're not going to make any decisions today.
Okay, so we're gonna go on with the public hearing?
Well,
But we're going
let's actually skip to number 6, and we'll
Okay.
just do the rest of the matters, and then hopefully by that point, we can confirm whether a location is available, and perhaps Skip will have arrived, and we can do some calendar scheduling.
Okay, so we're going to be considering second supplemental assessment methodology?
Oh, sorry, we'll go to 7.
No, you want 7?
7, sorry, my apologies.
Okay, so we're doing a consideration of the aquatic maintenance contract with American Ecosystems. And this is item 7A in the agenda.
Correct, and just by way of a very quick background, this is obviously your existing service provider. We had a 3-year contract with them that has expired, so this is basically, think of it as a renewal. We're just entering into a new 3-year agreement with them at the same price and terms.
Okay,
So we just need a motion to approve if that's amenable.
do we have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Approved. Section 7B, consideration of First Amendment to the aquatic midge treatment contract with Clark Environmental Mosquito Management Company.
Okay, you'll remember a few meetings ago, the board had asked that Pond 8 be added to the scope of the contract, so this is just the First Amendment memorializing that additional pond.
Okay.
Oh, that was on SDD. Yes, okay.
Okay. Second?
So approved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Passed. Consideration of landscape maintenance contract with Floral.
As you remember a couple months ago as well, you went through the bid process and selected Floralon as your landscape maintenance provider. So again, this is just a contract that memorializes the terms of that agreement.
And this is the figure that we wanted them to come down to, and they did, if I remember.
This is what, yeah, this is what Gary's office sent to us, so.
Okay. So we're just formalizing it right now.
Exactly, just a motion to approve would be appropriate.
Okay, motion?
I move to approve the contract.
Second? All in favor? Aye. Approved. Section 8, managers report. Gary?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I have 2 items for you today. The first one is for the board to assign a portion of your fund balance to operating reserves. You will recall that we don't get monies in to operate the district between October 1st, which is the beginning of our fiscal year, and mid-December. The reason for that is because of the way the tax bills work, the tax collector collects our non-ad valorem assessments. So what we have to do is set aside operating reserves, and we're asking the board to do that in the amount of $65,156.
We're just moving that to the reserve, right?
Correct.
I move to move the fund balance. So move.
All in favor?
Aye.
Approved. Financial statements.
Yes, sir. The next last item I have for you were the financial statements that are through October 31st that were in your agenda package. Again, as you can see, we have not collected any of our non-ad valorem assessments at this point. The CDD does do some direct collections, and we have collected about $7,000 of direct collections through the district. In terms of operation and maintenance, on a pro rata basis for administrative, we are $4,423 under budget. And for field operations, which are such things as field management, landscape, ditch control, aquatic weed control, renewal and replacement, and contingencies, we are $2,098 under budget through October.
Do you want a motion to approve that?
Just to know improvement.
Okay, thank you. Staff reports. Lindsay?
I'm sorry, Mr. Chairman, I do have one
Oh,
of them
I'm sorry.
listed, which is the check register.
Yes.
That was also, I would ask for a motion approving the check register.
Any questions? Motion to accept?
I move to accept the check register.
Second? Approved. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Passed. Attorney report.
I don't have anything additional.
Okay. Engineer report.
Don't have anything additional.
And field manager. Report.
Mr. Chairman, we pretty much took care of the field manager's report with the renewal of the contracts that the board just took action on.
Okay. Then we're at supervisor comments. Anybody want to make a comment?
None.
Okay, then we'll go to audience comments pertaining to Point Center West meeting agenda. Any comments from the audience? If not, we'll have a motion to adjourn.
Wait, sorry. We have to go back to the finance.
Sorry, thank you.
Sorry.
Back to the item 6, correct?
Correct, there were financing matters, so we're waiting to hear back from Sherry as to whether there's availability.
Okay.
It is, we're good.
On the 13th, we're going.
Yeah, but it has to end at 4.
Okay.
That's the end.
Perhaps maybe we, and Gary, I'm looking at you, maybe to ensure that we're able to end on time and move all the meetings, perhaps maybe we want to move the first meeting up to 12, just to make sure. Does that work for everybody?
Sherry, that's good?
We're good.
Okay.
Okay, so at this point, we'll plan to have the next meeting on the 13th, starting at 12 o'clock for Point Siena West. So if we could have a motion to open the continued public hearing on the assessments, that would be appropriate.
Okay, motion to open? I approve. All those in favor? Aye. Approved.
And then now it would be appropriate to continue that public hearing in place to December 13th at 12 o'clock PM at this location.
Okay, we need a motion to do that.
I move it to 12:13 at 12 p.m.
Second?
So moved.
All those in favor? And so it is.
Thank you. Unless there's any other items from the board, you can adjourn at this time if you so deem.
Okay, motion to adjourn?
I move to adjourn. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We are done. Thank you.